People always say this to me. Tate, what about burnout? Burnt what? Do you want to be rich or not? Burnout. Do you want to be rich or not? You work and you sleep. Do you want money? Oh, but I might burn out. Burn out. You're not some fucking Formula One car. Your brain ain't some supercomputer. You're a geek. You either want to work and get shit done or you don't. I don't believe in burnout. What I believe in is reality. I believe in cause and effect. I live in a binary world. I believe in done or not done. I don't believe in burnout. I believe in finished or not finished. I'm filming now late at night because it needs to be finished. It needs to be done. Until it is done, it is not done. There's no such thing as burnout. There's such thing as not doing stuff because you're a little coward. Fucking burnout. What's wrong with you people? What about burnout? Let me tell you something. If you work to the point of burnout, you should at least have 10 mil in the bank. If you get to the point where you're so burnt out and your body can't possibly move, I'm burnt out. Your fucking neurons no longer fire in your brain. Your cells no longer replicate. And you're laying in bed about to die because the amount of spreadsheets you've done and how many emails you've sent, then you should be fucking rich. Until you're rich, you ain't burnt out nothing. You know what you are? Lazy. L-A-Z-Y. Let me write that fucking down. Motherfuckers ain't burnout. Tell you another way to spell burnout. This is how we spell it around here. This is how the rich people spell burnout. That's how we spell it in the Millionaire Club. And when you become a multimillionaire yourself, you'll soon learn that this is the easiest way to spell burnout. Because everyone starts talking about burnout as some fucking 19-year-old dork who ain't achieved shit. At 19, I had so much energy, I was running to work, running home, running to the gym, training 3 hours, then running home. And you're talking about burnout from sending some emails? You look like a geek. Burnout ain't real. Get out your fucking head. There's no such thing as overworking. The only way you can overwork is if you do so much work you don't enjoy your life. And you only deserve to enjoy your life when you've earned it. So if you get to the point where you're sitting on 10 mil and you're not spending any of your money or enjoying your life because all you do is work, then fine, you can say you're overworking. There's no such thing as overworking when you're broke because you got a fucking mountain to climb. So burnout ain't real, overworking ain't real, taking time out to de-stress, none of that's real. If I'm awake, I work. All I do is work. The female around me complains because all I'm doing is working. If I'm awake, I'm working. If I go for lunch, I'm meeting someone to discuss work. Everything I do is networking. Every single thing I do is work. Life is work. That's how you get to the top. There's no other way to do it. You ain't gonna do it fucking with this burnout bullshit. It's garbage and it ain't real. So fucking forget it. You're never tired when you're winning. This is a lesson from professional fighting. Whenever I was whooping someone's ass, I was never out of breath. When I was taking an ass kicking, I was always out of breath. This is a lesson for life. You're never tired when you're winning. If you're finding yourself struggling to find the motivation to work, that's because you're not making money. If you had money coming in and you were tearing through the orders and you were getting contract after contract, you were making money, I guarantee you'd be up early, bang, making money, working. You'd have all the energy in the world because you're winning. You're only gonna struggle to find energy to work hard when things are not going well. And this is the most important period in any business. Let's take it back to cam girls. So cam girls always start slow because like every other company, every other business, they got to build it up. And I say to my guys who I'm training all the time, if you can get a girl to sit through the slow, quiet days, the empty rooms, the no tokens, and you can get them to do it without complaining, they're never going to complain when the room's busy, full of guys sending them money. This is the same with any other business. When I've got money pouring in from my companies, I got all the time in the world and I have never run out of energy. When it's hard to make money, when things are wrong, I don't know what it is, then you get pissed off, you get negged out, you don't want to do it anymore. If you find yourself low on energy or you find yourself low on motivation, that's because you're not making money. This is the time to push harder, start getting some money in, and you'll find unlimited motivation.
Every night I dream of freedom, and then I open my eyes and I'm in the same familiar jail cell. I take a few minutes to swallow my disappointment and begin my morning push-ups. Maybe tomorrow I'll wake up somewhere else. I've not lost hope. This is important, especially if you are at home and you're not yet as successful as you want to be, if you don't have your life in exactly the place you want it, if you still feel trapped, whether it's financially or some other way. You wake up and you must be dreaming of freedom, but when your eyes open, after the disappointment, swallow the disappointment, take a minute and look around you and say, I deserve more than this. But then, what's the important point? You must begin to work. Instantly. I did not miss a single day of training in that jail cell. I didn't sit and say, I'm too depressed, I'm too sad, it's too cold in this freezing cell, I didn't eat enough because it's Ramadan. No excuses. Every single day we trained, we woke up disappointed, we swallowed the disappointment, and we got to training every single day. If we could train in a freezing cold jail cell in Romania, the cockroaches all around us, with no idea when we're going to be allowed freedom once again, you can train in a nice gym, air-conditioned gym in California. What is your excuse? If you imagine something truly and fully, if you truly, completely imagine it, to a degree, your body will react to it. Let me give you an example. If you truly imagined yourself at war, day after day, you imagined yourself under attack, defeating the Matrix agents, you're top G, you're walking through life, the agents are coming, you're doing Aikido, and you're destroying them, and you're the most powerful man in the world. If you truly imagined that and felt it in your mind to the point where you thought you were there and you felt it in your body, I would guarantee you, after X amount of time, you would have a higher testosterone level and your muscles would be stronger than if you didn't. I will guarantee you that.
So first things first, you need to be worthy of respect. And you're going to be worthy of respect through having things which are difficult to acquire. So first things first, the basic things, you need to be very focused on trying to make money, because people listen to you when you have money. They just do. Secondly, you need to be in fantastic physical condition, because when you're in fantastic physical condition, it cannot be bought. It must be earned, and people know that. If someone walked in to sell me something and they were obese, I would not trust them the same as if they were in fantastic physical shape, because I'd say, I don't think you have dedication and heart. There's something about you that I just wouldn't trust you the same. So fantastic physical condition and money is the first thing. The second thing, whatever your ideas are, you need to learn how to communicate them. Speaking is a superpower in and of itself. You need to become a fantastic communicator. You need to be comfortable in all realms of communication. You need to be persuasive. You need to be comfortable arguing. You need to be good at debating. There's a lot of people out there in the world who have ideas that they can't even project into somebody else's mind. How are you gonna rule the world with that? How are you going to get your ideas out there and make an influence if you can't make other people understand exactly what you think? That's the first thing. Second thing, once they understand exactly what you think, you need to make them agree with what you think. These are two different skills. Must be practiced and must be learned. If you're 20 years old and you want to change the world, you need to be having endless debates, endless, without resorting to name calling, not on Twitter like a dummy, in person. And you need to come across in a way that people agree with you. We can go back quickly and talk about the red pill. The difference between me when I talk to girls on these panel shows and every other guy when they talk to girls on these panel shows is, when I'm done, all the girls want me. I say the same thing, and by the end the chicks are in love with me, as opposed to saying the same thing and the chicks thinking I'm a dickhead. That's the difference. I project my ideas and I make them agree with my ideas to a point where they're like texting me afterwards. I'm not saying anything different, it's how I'm communicating it. You can catch more flies with honey than hurting people sometimes. So you need to be good at everything. You need to have a Swiss Army knife of tools. I know when to be intimidating or aggressive. I know when to come across as obtuse. I know when to come across as exceptionally open-minded and easy to understand. I know when to come across as understanding. I know all these things. This all has to be practiced. And a lot of it is, communication. I would say, if you're going to say to a 20-year-old who's truly exceptional and driven, I'd say you need to become a master communicator. Because once you can do that, you can do anything. And that fixes all the other problems, right? We talk about making money. If you're a master communicator, you do fantastic in sales. Yeah. You'll absolutely destroy sales if you're a master communicator. Being a good salesman is not necessarily being a liar. It's not being a trickster. It's just understanding what's going to make the person believe and understand what you say. And that's where all this master communication comes in. And it's so many subtle little things. Not many people know this, but I used to sell windows. Nobody wants glass and plastic. They already have windows. So you got to find a way to sell them these windows. How do you do that? If I walked in and said, would you like new windows? And they essentially said, no, we don't need new windows. Our windows look fine. I would say, but what about the security aspect? While looking at their 3-year-old child. And they'd sit there and go, what do you mean security aspect? And then I talk about how we had the lock 5000 and their locks are easy to break. As if glass isn't glass, it's all the same anyway. And you'd end up selling the windows. You have to find the triggers in people. But also to be a master at communicating, you also need experiences worth talking about. You have to live a life. You need a degree of wisdom, and wisdom doesn't always come with age, it comes with life lived.